Hello everyone, my name is Polina and I have a lot on my plate. Kind of brings back the memories of my first therapy session. Anyway, I'm a full-time student in a foreign country. Being an immigrant is already quite challenging, I would say, but I'm also a freelancer, earning my living with this activity. And this year I also started my full-time internship at the marketing agency. And yeah, you're probably wondering right now, I also have life. I actually do. I have a boyfriend and a beautiful son. Here he is, by the way. You scared me, my little. Yeah, it's my cat and nobody can convince me that he's not my actual son. I meet my friends, I travel, I go shopping, I take care of my home. I have parties, I watch series, play video games, and I also don't have rich parents who will support all of these activities. Do you think that it's impossible? Well, I'm pretty sure you can do it as well. I never talked about this on my channel before, but I'm actually a full-time student and I started freelancing when I was a student as well. Right now I'm also doing an internship at the marketing agency, so I have 3 main occupations. Well, 4 to be precise, because I also work on my YouTube channel a lot. Oh no, I almost forgot. Actually 5 main occupations, because this guy and this guy require a lot of my attention. Anyway, in this video I would like to share how I actually combine all of the things that I mentioned and give you the tips that I gathered over the years. So let's start with talking about me and all the things that I'm busy with. First of all, I was always a hard worker. I'm pretty sure that it's a part of my personality, but I also chose to pursue my passion. And I think that this played a huge role in having the motivation and the power to do so many things simultaneously. And I'll talk about it more later in this video. So it all started when I enrolled in the university and decided to get my bachelor's degree in media and culture. Why media and culture? Well, before that, I actually got my college film degree in Latvia. So I already knew at that time that I want to pursue the career in the filmmaking industry. So why didn't I just go for it after having a film degree? Well, I didn't see almost any opportunities in Latvia. I didn't want to continue my education there. I always wanted to try myself abroad, and most importantly, I realized that having a career in the creative industry is quite risky. The industry is very chaotic. You can be on top of your game at one moment and then have nothing at another. Also, I was realistically looking at myself and my situation, so I knew that I don't have rich parents or a rich partner who could fully support me financially. I'm just an ordinary girl from Latvia who wants a good life, and I'm the only person who can provide this to myself. So in order to minimize my risks, have a backup plan or some sort of a guarantee that I will be able to find a more or less stable job if something goes wrong in my dream career in creative industry, I realized that I need to have a bachelor's degree. It didn't really matter which one, just having this diploma will be enough. And then I realized that I have a lot of practical knowledge in my field, but it would be nice to take a look at filmmaking from more of a theoretical and academic perspective. And that's why I decided to move to Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and begin my studies in the humanities at the University of Amsterdam. So it didn't come very easy. I even had to do a 1 year of a business college in the Netherlands, but long story short, I got where I wanted. While studying, I basically need some money to eat and having other things, so I worked as a video editor and as a cameraman here and there. But it was always within my field. I kind of wanted to spend my time wisely. I needed to earn money, but I also wanted to earn it by developing my skill in the chosen industry. And the summer before starting a media and culture program, I decided to try freelance. I knew that I can edit videos and that I can offer a video editing service online. I was very insecure about it though, and I basically only started because of my boyfriend and his belief in me. But I have a whole separate video about how I actually became a freelancing video editor. You can check it out after watching this one if you're interested. Long story short, it was really hard. The hardest challenge of my life so far, but I did it in the end. I managed to establish myself on Fiverr over the summer before going to the university. And when my studies began, I was basically working when I wasn't studying. Of course, it's very important to mention that I'm not studying law, medicine, or finances. I acknowledge that my studies are far less challenging and require less time compared to other programs. I cannot say anything about the possibility of combining medicine school with freelance because I simply didn't go through this myself. However, I can share my personal experience and my tips that will hopefully help you in your particular situation. Anyway, I was combining my studies and freelance for 2 years. The first year, the education at my university was completely online because of multiple lockdowns. It of course really helped me to combine university and freelance more effectively. But the second year was already in person and I still managed to combine it. Now I'm doing the third and the last year at my university and I decided to try working in the corporate world. I'm a video editing intern at the marketing agency Dapt here in Amsterdam, and it's a full-time internship, guys. This means that I have to work from Monday to Friday from 9 to 5. And since it's an internship, I almost don't get paid. This is where my freelance helps a lot. So I work as a video editor in the agency. I go to the lectures whenever I have them. So I skip work, go to the lecture and then go back to the work again. And I work on my freelance projects almost every evening after my work at the agency and over the weekend as well. So obviously, combining all of these things in your life doesn't come without sacrifices. And I think this is the most important thing everyone should understand before even thinking about starting. I had to switch the light actually because it's already getting late and it's already getting darker. Oh well, it's 3 o'clock. First of all, I'm talking about the sacrifices in other parts of your life and also within each activity that you do. Let's talk about the first type. It's obviously quite logical, but a lot of people are not ready for this when they're just starting, which I wasn't as well. I think that if you decided that you want to combine, say, university and freelance, and if you decided that these two things are the top priorities of your life right now, you also need to understand which other parts of your life are less important, and you need to be ready to either forget about them at all or just be ready to spend much less time on them or pay much less attention. For example, I knew, or I rather found out, that partying or just hanging out with my friends is something that I won't be able to do as much as I want. So I rarely saw my friends, especially at the beginning. Now it's a bit different. But when I was just starting, I saw my friends like once a month at most. And I also never really partied. Like, this was an extremely rare activity for me. Sometimes it's a bit sad that I don't see my friends that much, but I'm honestly okay with that. I understand that this is a sacrifice that I have to make. Also, I don't have weekends in the traditional understanding of them. I work every single day and I work quite a lot during the weekend. Another sacrifice. I also work during breaks at the university, for example. So when other students get to socialize, have their lunch, have their rest or something like that, I usually get to communicate with my clients, write internship reports, and so on. I also usually work in the transport, when I have breaks at my work in the agency, basically whenever I have a chance. And you might say, well, this is no life, this is insane. But I'm actually okay with it. This is something that I choose to do. I learned to combine it this way and I know why I'm doing this. And yeah, I also managed to have a relationship with my partner. But I understand that this probably wouldn't be the case if we didn't have the same goals and the same lifestyle. So you can say that I'm just really lucky with that, but I also don't think that you would date a person who doesn't share these things with you, right? Also, I mentioned that you'll have to make sacrifices not only within other parts of your life, but also within each of these priority activities. Now, what do I mean by this? I think it's important to understand that if you choose to combine multiple challenging activities, you won't be really good at any of them. Someone will be always ahead of you within each activity that you do, and you should be okay with this. I actually struggled with this for a long time. I used to believe that if I work hard enough, I will be the best student at my university, I'll be the best freelancer, the best intern, and so on. But unfortunately, I found out that there's only 24 hours in one day, and that there's always someone who is just studying, who is just freelancing, or who is just doing an internship. And of course, they will be better than me just because they spend more time on this. And so when I started thinking about it, I realized that actually the grades in my diploma are not that important in my industry, and I decided that I will be okay with just average grades. This will give me much more time to spend on freelance, and this was more important for me than being the best student. I just figured that this way I'll graduate with the bachelor's degree, just like I wanted, but I'll also have a great skill to start off my career and an established business on freelance, which no one can take from me. And in my case, and in my personal opinion, this is much better than just having a great diploma with excellent marks. I wouldn't actually say that time management is the most important thing if you want to successfully combine, say, freelance and university. It seems like time management became this magical world and the answer to all the questions. Everyone just keeps saying, oh, it's just a good time management. Oh yeah, and what exactly does it supposed to mean? I don't think that time management is the secret or the formula of success. I just think that you wouldn't be able to do many things simultaneously without managing your time wisely. Without this skill, you simply won't manage to fulfill your obligations, finish the day-to-day tasks, and pursue your goals just because there's too much of them. Trust me, without time management, you simply won't be able to memorize all the things that you need to do. So you'll just naturally learn to do it along the way. I also think that time management is extremely personal. Yeah, of course you can listen to the tips of other people, you can study different methods, but I would say don't look for one answer, or don't simply follow someone else's routine. I mean, I did that a lot in the beginning, and that's okay. But in the end, I found my perfect formula myself, and I think I managed my time quite alright. There is also one important thing about time management. I think that some people pay too much attention to this topic, and it turns out that they simply spend more time on managing their time, on planning their day, than on doing the actual work. And you shouldn't fall into this trap. All the perfectionists out there, all the people who like visually pleasant stuff, I feel you, I'm in the same boat with you. It's sometimes painful, but you should try to keep it as simple as possible. I think that not doing something is sometimes more powerful, and this is a perfect example of it. And the final thing regarding time management. It's a very painful and one of the crucial lessons that I learned. And it is that you cannot survive without a quality rest. You actually cannot, like for real. I tested it myself and I failed. Like, big time. I had a couple of periods when I was really freelancing day and night, working from the minute I woke up until the minute I go to sleep, and just having small breaks for food while watching one YouTube video. I wasn't meeting friends, I wasn't taking care of my health, of my relationship, I was just working and studying really hard. But no guys, I actually earned myself insomnia with this, which was really scary. I almost lost my soulmate, my boyfriend, and I had huge psychological struggles. It's not beautiful at all. And I actually ended up spending more time not doing anything, meaning not working or not studying, but actually solving these problems, than I do spend on just resting now. The most important takeaway of all of this is that you need to take rest into account when planning your day. Also be prepared that at first you probably won't be able to manage your time realistically, and that's okay. At least this is the problem that I had. I always planned to do much more than I could actually achieve, and I mentioned some of the problems that I encountered because of this. To be honest, sometimes I still struggle with it. Having so many goals and activities, it's just hard to set realistic expectations. Sometimes I just demand too much from myself, and I also have this problem that I feel guilty and that I blame myself if I don't manage to do everything that I planned. So it's definitely the hardest part for me, and I'm still learning. So this is actually the only thing that I can call a secret of my success, I guess. And yeah, it's just passion. Let me explain myself. I really believe that you will be able to combine a lot of things in your life only if one of these activities, or better, all of them, are like a collection of your passion. And no, I don't believe that you will be able to grow the interest along the way and that the passion will come. It is quite the opposite. When you combine so many things and you almost don't have any free time, you start hating everything. And only if originally your studies or your work was your biggest passion, only then this passion will keep you going and will tone down the negative emotions. I'm able to study, to freelance, and to do my internship at the same time just because the activities, the things that I'm doing for each of these parts of my life are my biggest interests. If you choose this route, you almost won't have any side interests at all, because your professional activities are these things in your life. And I do believe that this is the best formula for success. You know, if we talk about me, I love filmmaking, I love animation, I love learning about it. If I had a job in a different field, these are the things that I would do in my free time, because these are the things that bring me the most joy. And now when I have free time from my internship or freelance, I study a lot about filmmaking at my university. When I have free time from my lectures and exam preparations, I practice a lot of things by delivering projects to my clients. Do you see how it works? So, do I think that combining freelance, university studies, and full-time internship is worth it so far? It would be so funny if I just said no, you know, it doesn't worth it after everything that I mentioned in this video. But no, of course, I'm very happy with everything that I have in my life right now. I'm extremely happy that I chose to do it. I met so many nice people along the way. I had so many unique experiences. I have my own freelance business and I'm not even graduated from the university yet. I actually got my internship at this amazing agency working on this amazing, like insanely cool projects. I got it because of my freelance and my studies. Thanks to my freelance projects, I added so many cool things to my portfolio. I'm pretty sure that I won't be able to get this internship if it wasn't for freelance before that. I will graduate next year, and I will graduate with an established freelance account with my own client base, and hopefully with a contract for a full-time position at the marketing agency, which will allow me to work with the biggest brands out there. So yeah, if you ask me, it is worth it. I hope you liked listening to my story, and I really hope that I managed to give you some valuable tips and maybe some inspiration as well. If you like this content, you might be interested in the video that you see on your screens now, so consider clicking on it. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below, hit the like under this video if you enjoyed watching it, and subscribe for more. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Пока-пока!